Hi, I'm Randy Brecker, and you're watching First Look.
Probably no artist has defined and represented the sound of Blue Note Records more than Horace Silver, who recorded for the label from 1952 through the late 70s. And and now we've just released a never before issued album, Horace and his group performing live in August of 1965, which is an unbelievable 60 years ago. His performance was at the Penthouse Jazz Club in Seattle, Washington, and it captures Mr. Silver, I think, at the peak of his powers with an awesome band, including Woody Shaw on trumpet, Joe Henderson on tenor sax, Teddy Smith on bass, and Roger Humphries on drums. So, with us today to talk about Silver in Seattle, live at the Penthouse, is the reissue producer, the great jazz detective Zev Feldman, Charlie Puzzo Jr., son of the owner and founder of the Penthouse, and the legendary trumpeter Randy Brecker, who spent a number of years in Horace Silver's band and was present for the recording. So, thanks for being here today, guys.
Great to be here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Well, Zev, you have an unparalleled knack for unearthing incredible unreleased jazz. How did this album come to your attention?
Oh, thanks. Well, it all started, I want to say it was probably in about 2010, 2011, when I had the good fortune of meeting Charlie Puzzo Jr., but also his father, Charlie Puzzo Sr., and I believe possibly Jim Wilkie, but I remember both of you guys. We got together and I had a chance to talk with your dad about this club, and it was just astounding, the archives of the greatest artists in jazz that came in and out of the doors of that club. And to me, one of the highlights of my career has been working with Charlie now. I think we've done maybe 13 or 14 different projects that we've put together from this archives. Now, I first became aware of these tapes again around 2010, 2011. I have come back to them so many times over the years, and it's an incredible document. And it's not good, it's great. And I would say it's this band at their very best.
I agree with you, man. It's an incredible document, man. Charlie,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about your dad's club, the Penthouse.
Yeah. My dad was born in 1922 in Connecticut, and he moved to Seattle in the 50s, and he was tending bar and making his way. And then he got enough money together, and he opened up a couple places. And one of them was a Penthouse. It was opened in 1962, right before the Seattle World's Fair. So there was this huge influx. Randy was there, so he knows that there was like a big buzz around the city at that time. So it's kind of the perfect time and the perfect place to kind of open a jazz club if you're going to do it so far. My dad, he loved jazz and he loved the artists more. I think he had a really fun time interacting with all the artists, and he was quite the character. He really loved people and being at the club and kind of embracing people.
Well, it was a historic place, man, a legendary place. Randy, what a wild thing to have been present for these shows, man. How did that happen?
The Penthouse was one of the greatest jazz clubs ever. And Charlie was very nice, and he had a brilliant idea to have jam sessions on weekends and some during the week, kind of late afternoon before the star presenting band went on. But the jam sessions were great. The next week was Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers with Lee Morgan, John Hicks, Gary Bartz, Victor Sproles on bass. And that was, that's what it was like at the club. I spent most of my nights there listening to the bands, but particularly I remember Horace because that was the first band that played there that I listened to. And I went just about every night except if I had a gig.
What do you remember of the shows?
Well, they were great. I would sit behind Horace. I love the way he slapped the piano, so I wanted a view of his hands. And the shows were uniformly just great.
Yeah, that was an amazing year for the Penthouse. It's kind of like, I think Coltrane did his Live from Seattle album there, September 27th and October 2nd. And I concur with Randy. I mean, I wasn't there, but the recordings, you can hear Randy kind of shifting around in his seat. It's fantastic.
Randy, what was it like to be in Horace's band and to go out on the road with him, spend time with him?
Well, he knew the exact amplitude, if that's even a word, to let you have your freedom. On certain tunes. We could play any way we wanted, but on certain tunes, we got this speech just about every night. On the funky tunes, I don't want to hear a lot of notes. I don't want to hear a long solo. I want to see those girls behind shaking on the stool, you know, and this was every 2 or 3 days we'd hear that. Other tunes, you could do whatever you want.
Right. Interesting, man. What a great experience. Great experience. Zev, what's your favorite song on the album?
Oh man, this is a great representation of Horace's repertoire across the gamut. I mean, I'm really wanted to say No Smoking at first because I love stylings of Silver, and we have all these different front lines, and that takes me back to Art Farmer and Hank Mobley. But honestly, for this one, Sayonara Blues. It's such a special tune. It's an extended performance. It's a great musical statement, and it really stands out. And if you love Horace and you want to hear him live, it's a great representation of what they did. And I'm really taken by that one.
Really cool. Let's play a little bit of it.
Sure. I have my autographed copy, by the way, from Tokyo Blues here.
Ooh,
Brought along.
nice.
That he signed for me at the Blue Note back in the 90s. I was a 21-year-old kid that brought him a whole stack of things. And he signed them. He couldn't have been more gracious. He was a really nice man.
Oh, man, that's something. That was Sayonara Blues from the newly released Hidden Gem, Silver in Seattle, live at the Penthouse. Guys, I want to thank you so much for being here today. The album is beautiful. It's wonderful testimony to the legacy of Horace Silver and to Charlie Puzzo's landmark club, the Penthouse. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. It brought back a lot of great memories.
That's nice. Good. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on First Look.
If you enjoyed First Look and would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button and also click the bell icon. That way, you'll be notified when we post our next video.